nerve ganglia, collection of nerve cells present outside the central nervous system, are covered by connective tissues. There are two types. What is called spinal ganglia, like that. What is called spinal ganglia, it is present beside the spinal cord. Second type called autonomic ganglia is like sympathetic and parasympathetic. Where is sympathetic? Where is the site of the sympathetic? It present beside vertebral column. It is present beside vertebral column. Here to compare between spinal ganglia and sympathetic ganglia. What is spinal ganglia and sympathetic ganglia? Spinal ganglia, the function of the spinal ganglia sensory, and function of the sympathetic ganglia is motor. The capsule of the spinal ganglia is thick. The capsule of the sympathetic ganglia is thin. The nerve cell in the spinal ganglia, it is pseudo-unipolar. The type of the nerve cells, pseudo-unipolar, are few in number, present in groups. Pseudo-unipolar, present in groups, few in number. There is marked variation in size. Look that. This bigger size, this smaller size. But in the sympathetic ganglia, all equal size, nearly all equal size. Okay? Each cell surrounded by numerous, in the spinal ganglia, there is numerous what is called satellite cell or supportive cell. Supportive cell, like satellite cell, like that, surround all around the cell. Here also there is satellite cell, but in the spinal ganglia it is more than numerous than the sympathetic ganglia. Okay, here the fibers are thick and myelinated. Here the fibers are thin, not myelinated. It is the difference between spinal ganglia. This is the difference between spinal ganglia and sympathetic ganglia. This compare, it is very important. Synapse, what is the mean by the synapse? It is the site of signal transmission from one neuron to another neuron, or to a muscle. Synapse can be classified according to site of the synapse, or method of signal transmission, or whether synapse is excitatory or inhibitory. Where is the site of the synapse? Either axon to dendritic, so-called exodendritic synapse, or axon to the cell body, so-called axosomatic, or axon to axon, called axonic synapse. So, site of the synaptic, axodendritic, axosomatic, axonic, dendrodendritic, according to the synapse between what? Method of signal transmissions, we have two types, chemical and electrical, or mixed. Chemical mean release of neurotransmitter between presynaptic to postsynaptic cell. Electrical mean move of ions from one neuron to another via gap junction. So, chemical synapse, it is very important than electrical synapse. We have also mixed synapse like electrochemical. Whether the synapse is excitatory or inhibitory, we also classify synapse depending on it is depolarized or hyperpolarized the postsynaptic membrane. Synapse, what is the structure of the synapse? Here we will discuss the structure of the chemical synapse. We have axon terminal, like that. This is axon terminal. Pulp-like swelling that occur at the terminal. Pulp-like swelling. This pulp-like swelling present at the terminal or along the passage. It contain what? Contain mini mitochondria and synaptic vesicles that contain neurotransmitter. Here that's called presynaptic membrane. This is synaptic cleft. This is postsynaptic membrane. So the structure of the chemical synapse formed of presynaptic membrane and synaptic cleft and postsynaptic membrane. Presynaptic membrane have many second parts called actin, which reach in actin-like filament. Synaptic cleft is a small gap between pre and postsynaptic, where in the side that neurotransmitter diffuse across it. Postsynaptic show thickened plasmalemmal membrane because it is rich with actin-like filament. In this side called postsynaptic membrane, this is presynaptic membrane. This side is the synaptic cleft. Now we have some quizzes. By LM osmic acid stain section of myelin appear. What is the question? What is the answer? Black. Why we stained by osmic acid myelin? Because it is dissolved in the H and E stain. The nuclei present surround the nerve cell in the nerve ganglia. The surround in neuroglia surround the nerve ganglia. We called it satellite cell. Which is numerous in the spinal ganglia than the sympathetic ganglia. Nerve generation in the cerebellum. Nerve generation of the cerebellum. It's okay? No, there is no generation in the cerebellum or no generation in the central nervous system at all. Give reason for myelin sheaths appear at empty space by LM. Why? Because it is dissolved. It is a fatty tube formed of spiral layers of Schwann cell membrane, and the cell membrane of Schwann cell is formed of lipids, so it is dissolved by H and E. This is the textbook, and you refer to your lecture notes by Dr. Ghada. And okay.